are not aware, was the highest ranked player after our initial qualifying surge at the end of April, with 790 points, even surpassing the likes of Westo and Diao, with, I think,
all to show that you just gotta play those silvers.
All but one of their major events were top 3 positions, and all but one of their silvers were first places. Getting basically like the maximum 80 points for a lot of those silver events that had a heavy amount of participants.
Yeah, mostly it was the hummingbird nest ones for sure. Because I haven't seen a super silver happen lately.
To be fair, it was 2 Radiants, 2 TWS Opens, and 1 Road to Zenith. So actually pretty even spread among the variety of events. Although they did play in a lot of Radiant and Stratopeers, especially Radiant. Alright, and so after the no warm-up, we see Gohan takes game 1. Keep in mind, OLDTALL, are ready for making it to our top 6, has earned 80 points, which would shoot them up to, if nobody else moved, they'd be probably around top 40. But a win here would push it probably close to top 35 if they're able to put one over Gohan. But there is a reason that Gohan has been top 3 at a lot of tournaments as of recent.
Yep. Really goes to show. But there have been cases where Gohan can make some really fatal misdrops.
And some very good down stacks from OLDTALL, and that's going to even things up.
Yeah, it's pretty much neck and neck. I don't see there being a lead in the making. It could change in like 4 to 5 rounds. Yeah, to be honest.
Alright. Back to back right now, getting built up from Gohan. Beautiful use of that J, kicking it underneath. And a beautiful setup of the STSD. Surge still going 35 spike before even making it to the garbage. And the extra credit not going to be necessary. OLDTALL cannot survive the 35 spike. Alright, and identical boards to start, but Gohan has a misdrop of the T. Actually, sent us a donation on top to try and get usage out of it.
Laundry spin spotted, but I didn't see Gohan just go for it. It would have been funny to just inflict psychological damage to OLDTALL.
I don't know if it would have been worth it in that case.
But it would have been some funny moment.
Alright, we are still even though, 2 games to 2. Gohan going with PC no for the opener. Might be one of the openers to really introduce himself in the spotlight for Season 2.
Yeah, kind of spotted OLDTALL just nearly misdropping a setup early on, but...
Why did Gohan debate going for a Finn and then realize that the Finn setup wasn't correct and then just did it anyways?
That is such a pro player moment.
Because it was like, I could very clearly see the hesitation, there was not really a good reason to put the J where it was unless it was a Finn setup, but it was one too high for the kick table to actually work. And then you could just see Gohan react to that in real time of oh, okay, all right, well, no Finn TSD today.
Yep, just Sokka. You see, there's some pretty much major spikes coming in from Gohan, which also is able to play very well against. Seemingly getting a lot of cleans, but could pretty much fight back at any moment. That early pop might not have been the greatest idea they could have gone for. And it certainly is not paying off any sort. Just Gohan just still putting on pressure. Well, had to sack the T-spin setup. It clearly did not pay off.
Yeah, just keeping hold of that surge, letting it go when it needs to. Gohan takes a fourth. And OLDTALL misdrops the TKI, while Gohan misdrops the TD opener.
Misdrops city population at 20 players.
Well, it's definitely a minimum of 2 in this case, I would have to argue. OLDTALL is keeping this...
there definitely were some more severe misdrops that probably happened outside of the stream room.
We just didn't get to witness them.
Yep.
Alright, also able to use that surge on the defensive end to prevent getting a lot of that huge spike that Gohan was hoping for. And Gohan not able to get the ice spin triple, but still slides it in for a quad. And the small little follow-ups after OLDTALL's board going to be enough to earn another round. And the identical 5 pieces per second TKI into LST continues to surpass. Oh, we have a couple
I really
teams.
need to learn that. It could be very helpful in me getting further in on the TL ladder, but that's not the topic of this one. It seems like they're just going back and forth at this point.
It's a relatively common strategy because it tends to be a very good way for people to freestyle into the mid game. But the other condition, which is weird to kind of put into perspective at a top level, TKI into LST is almost like a pseudo opener blitz at certain paces. Like for example, when you have like Diao or Westel playing 6 pieces per second LST, you can kind of just assume that you're receiving like 4 lines like every single bag, and then just essentially play around it and just prepare whatever your 20 spike is going to be. Usually in the account of like some sort of a surge into quad or whatever it be.
Yeah, but for this round, I don't see Gohan having good opportunities. That looked like they misdropped, but the cleanup, and the quick little 30 jab from OLDTALL is putting Gohan up pretty high. So they're having to play a bit of a downstack game, which is paying off massively as there's a massive counter. And the fractal as well. There's just so many T-spins and all-spins just coming from Gohan that I don't think OLDTALL has a chance of even surviving through all of that.
That was beautiful timing as well of when to cash out on that surge too, because that forced OLDTALL, like it was survivable, but it pushed him all the way up into like, instant survival mode. And then the last couple of attacks from Gohan was all that it took with the added speed advantage. Oh, well, we do have a couple missed shots now from Gohan, but the lead right now is 7-2. So we're probably going to have to see some really big swift from OLDTALL before Gohan has to start being terribly nervous.
Some of those spins just didn't work out for Gohan. Now just dealing with a bit of a bad state that just leaves nothing to resolve.
Yep. OLDTALL realizing that Gohan had a 9-0 stack, which seems good in theory, but when you need to clear through garbage, that 9-0 is not going to be helpful at all.
Yeah, sometimes I need to hold out my nerves at times to not choke up, because now that consecutive round wins from Gohan is now slipping broken, and now OLDTALL is starting to get some points on the board. Only a streak of 2.
Surge does go early, but OLDTALL is not able to send any kind of form of like really strong retaliation. And Gohan just keeping up the regular pressure is going to be enough.
And here's another interesting tidbit about Gohan. You may be able to anticipate, maybe if you see Gohan misdrop, it could be a moment to strike. If you have something to punish that misdrop with.
Oh, well, there's the missed kick there from Gohan, able to still make it down. But a little bit of a nervous bit. Not entirely confident about that down stack. Alright, and things have steadied out for Gohan pretty smoothly now. OLDTALL is not able to have Surge at the moment, but is still doing a pretty good job and keeping things manageable. Looks for the quad multiplier, manages to find something, but also is finding a pretty hefty spike that they're not going to be able to dig down just barely. Those last couple of lines making all the difference. Alright. And I love the use of all of the, like, I don't want to like call this out specifically, but I feel like Gohan's playstyle is very like Mech Heart-esque, not in the sense of like mechanical stacking, but in the using the S's and Z's so frequently to get mini spin singles that just continue to add like insult to injury on these incredibly like quick and strong surge attacks. And now Gohan sitting on match points.
Oh, that is just a massive greed that just didn't pay off for OLDTALL. Well, 7 seconds is all it took.
Yep, a couple of mini spin singles, and that is it. Gohan advances 11.